Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Well done! Well done! Well done!
2021 Spring Yikers Island Castaway Sweepstakes. All right, why don't we get this out of the way, and then we can just continue to shoot the shit and crack some jokes. We're gonna just do, if you're listening,
and get this over with.
yeah, and get this part of it over with. We want to make like an official like Yikers Island Castaway Sweepstakes. Like
I'm thinking we maybe should call it that ash though, because there's ash everywhere.
Not off to a hot start over there, Matt.
no, it's hot.
Yeah,
It's burning. Actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's burning pretty good over
Jim
here.
Rome, maybe what some would say.
Yeah, right.
Jim Rome is burning. Anyone? Okay.
So yeah, Yikers Island Castaway Sweepstakes official video. We're just gonna do kind of like a little read here.
Make sure we look at the camera for this.
Yeah. So how do we want to break this up?
You should start it off.
No, I think you
you're the
should.
You're the
I think you
talking
should
guy.
start
You're
it.
the talking guy.
I think, but this you came up with the idea, so I think you should read this one right here. You read this.
Okay.
Kev, you want to read the second one? This right here.
Yeah, sure.
I think that would be more of me though. No.
Oh my God. Sure, Kev, you're gonna read this first one.
Okay, Yikers Island.
No.
See,
Kev.
see. You start it. He's gonna read the third part.
No. We're just gonna like sort it out, and then we're gonna do it, and then I'll have like a clean cut to then cut, because we can cut this out of the episode that we put up,
I don't think we have to.
but
So, am I reading?
just wait a second. would you? God, the whole like I just like are we done yet? Is just it kills me. It hurts.
Well, I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to sort. What do you mean? What am
What
I
are you
doing?
sorting out? We have it all. Look, there's bullet points.
I
and
know,
shit.
I'm-
How much?
Yeah, but you're like, all right. I'm reading Yikers Island has
You're like-
officially.
You're like,
That's not even what I said.
the
I
deep
said,
breath. You're like
Yikers Island, and you guys. See?
Yeah.
See? That was you, Will.
See. All right, Kev, why don't you go ahead, kick us off? Official.
Fuck you. I started. You stopped me. Complained just to tell me to start again.
Because I just want to get this over with. What can I say? Yikers Island 2021 Castaway Sweepstakes.
Spring.
Spring.
Do that over. Do that over.
Here we go. This is like 18 cuts later. 2021 Spring Yikers Island Castaway Sweepstakes.
Okay. Yikers Island has officially decided to start a segment to do a weekend trip twice a year, every 6 months or so, in which they will film and record all types of bonus content and just get away and have some fun outside of the studio.
The exciting part about this segment is that we want to.
Oh, God.
Nobody told me Matt reads at a 3rd grade reading level.
No. It's just I'm trying to look at the camera but still read. But I guess the camera's as long as I will look at it at the right angle.
You'll be okay.
So the exciting part about this segment is that we want you to come with us. Obviously, we cannot bring all of you, so here's the deal. We're going to bring one lucky listener. Travel and stay will be inclusive, and all you will need to cover is your food and drink. You can, as of today, well, really as of a couple weeks ago now at this point, run a campaign to potentially earn the Yikers Island Tiki. You're gonna get, by the way, one of these. That's new that we haven't clarified yet. You're gonna get a championship trophy Tiki. So you could potentially earn the Yikers Island Tiki and be voted on the island for this trip. The way the contest will work will be as followed. Will, why don't you take this?
And what you're going to do is you're going to start your campaign on social media. So what we need you to do is you need to submit a video up to a minute long, no longer than a minute. Send it to somebody. If you have Matt's number, great. If you have mine, great. If
Or
you have
DM
Kevin's,
us.
or DM the video to us. Hopefully, I
Oh, no,
believe
we
it
can't
works that way.
We can't save it then, I don't think.
We'll figure that out. But if you want to officially nominate yourself, you got to start your campaign on social media, and that's going to be through us. So you're going to record a video on your own. You're going to send it to us so that we can post it on the Yikers Island page.
And feel free to post it yourself.
And more the merrier, more publicity to it. There's going to be periodic voting throughout the next couple of months leading up to a certain date that we declare the end of people enrolling in the contest in the sweepstakes.
Which is going to be like mid-April, probably.
In and around mid-April, I think, is what the conclusion we came to.
What are we planning for, date-wise, for the trip?
Like end of April, early June. So that's why I said mid-April.
May. You're missing out on May there, Matt.
Oh. So would it be
trip in May?
Right?
End
No,
of May?
it's end of May. Right. So it's going to be voting's going to end. Mid-April, early May.
And then when's the trip? End of
June.
May?
End of May, early June. Yes.
End of May, early June.
Because we
for
got to
the trip.
leave room for those 2 episodes, which we'll
Right.
do.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. So, so the voting is going to end of April, beginning of May, and then we have what will be then the kind of like final couple of episodes to narrow down our who the winner is. There's going to be voting periodically throughout the time frame up until April. So who should earn the tiki? Then the final 2 at the end of the
Now pay
voting.
attention here because this is a lot to follow. This is a lot to follow. That's why
Yeah.
I wanted Will to read this part because it's
So you didn't have to do it.
yeah. Thumb jump.
So what we have is that we're going to have periodic voting throughout the next coming months for those who should then be like considered the finalists. And the final 2 at the end of the voting period will have the most votes, and they will automatically be considered by the cast to come on the Castaway. So final 2 in the voting. Top two, the final 2, top 2 in with the most votes at the end of the voting period will automatically be considered by the cast to come on the Castaway.
So essentially, you're in the finals at that point.
You're in the finals. So we're going to have a third and final guest that will have an opportunity to make it into the final 3. The third and final consideration spot will be decided by a Yikers Island podcast trivia game on an episode. So in order to get to the finals, there's going to be a battle between 3rd and 4th place. The people that are then running who aren't already in the top 2, so basically like the top 3, I guess that should really be beforehand. The top 3 with the most votes are going to be considered, but the 3rd place vote getter is going to have to win a trivia game in order to be considered in the top 3, the final 3. The other individual is going to be the most combined views, listens, the most watched, streamed, whatever cumulative number that is. Whoever has the most views, listens, is going to be that.
That's not already in the top.
That's
3.
not already in the top 3 will be given that spot just on viewership basic credentials. And that person will face off with the third most votes individual from the previous voting period. And the winner of that will get the 3rd spot in the finale. Finale. All right, relax. I'm doing a lot of reading here and a lot of improv, making sure this sounds right, which it sounds terrible.
It sounds way more complicated than it actually is.
It really is. We're making it a lot more difficult than it has to be.
So top 2, you got top 2 in votes. And then the 3rd spot is decided by the 3rd in votes and then the most listens and views combined. And that 3rd spot, you're going to go head-to-head in a trivia match.
In a Yikers Island trivia match, which is going
study
to
up.
Start listening to episodes. I'm going to compile the trivia games, and at some point I'll probably come out with the categories, possibly as a little hint to build some hype for that episode. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
So what style? Like Jeopardy style?
It's going to be Jeopardy style. I think that's easiest, and I think there's a bunch of programs that I'll be able to do all the. I'll be able
generate it.
Yeah, to generate all of the
categories and
the
stuff.
backside stuff, and then I can do it on my computer, and we can have it up on the TV, and I think it'll look pretty good, and it'll be cool. And maybe at that point we'll be able to screen capture and have a little bit more interaction for those who do watch us on YouTube. All right, next. So then we have our final three. The winner of the trivia game moves into the final three. The final three will then have to come on an episode, and in a single episode, will each have a separate 20-minute segment where they are given they will give us their pitch on why they should be the finalist and the winner of the Castaway. And this is also going to be used as like a segment for those three finalists to kind of be the host of the podcast and, you know, come with topics and things to talk about. You got 20 minutes for us to shoot the shit and crack some jokes about. So you're going to be kind of placed as the host on that episode. You'll have 20 minutes for that.
Because when we go on this Castaway, we're going to be filming content, so we want to make sure you're going to be up for that.
We want to make sure that we have somebody that's able to do that, to hang around and, you know, kind of provide the same energy that we do, you know, and obviously gets along with what we're doing here. So you'll each have 20 minutes. And then at the end of that episode, so that'll, you know, 20 minutes each, that runs for at least 60 minutes, an hour. At the end of the episode, we, as the cast members of the actual podcast, will then vote somebody off, and you will be voted off the island with 2 candidates remaining.
I think we should do that as a 2/3 vote, and we each get a whiteboard, and we just write, and then we put it down so nobody knows. Like, I don't know who you guys vote for. You don't know who I vote for. And then we just turn it around, and then they know, and one of them like, all right, get out, leave.
Right.
What
Get
if we
the
all
fuck outta
pick one
here.
person to
And they're
vote off?
gone.
They're all gone?
No,
Doesn't make any
we're-
sense.
Oh no, then we'd have to
Revote?
Yeah, revote. You can't vote for the same person twice in a row.
But then that person
It
that...
could also be the same. We could all also do 3 different ones again, though.
Yeah,
But the likelihood of that happening.
right. I think we'll probably have a good idea at that point. So at that point, only 2 candidates will remain. The following week, we'll have another episode where both these candidates come back and they have another shot at pitching their reasons why they should be the ones to come on the Castaway.
These are the final 2.
These are the final 2. And the cast, Kevin, Matt, and myself, will make the final decision. And when the last person gets voted off the island, the winner, who will be joining us, will be handed the Yikers Island custom tiki trophy as a symbol of their victory.
I got an idea. In case we run into an issue with if we all pick one separate person, I say that not to be like, I'm not trying to be a dick at all, but
You want your vote to count more.
well, no. Well, you would be the tiebreaker, so you have to agree with one of us. How about that?
You want me to
We
pick?
put all the pressure on Will.
Yeah. So say we all pick one person to vote off, right? Then
I like that.
your vote is scrapped. Well, then that person's automatically stays actually, which would be fair. I
That's
think.
fine. So
Oh,
it's
right.
us saying no, Will, fuck your opinion, but also tell us who's you agree with.
Yes.
Wait.
That makes sense though.
Well, if we're voting for the person who or to leave, right?
Right.
So then,
so if we all pick 3 different people,
okay, I guess that's fair. I guess.
Right?
Wait,
Yeah.
there's only
Just to
gonna
make
be,
it- just to
there's
make
only
it-
going to be 2 people.
No, he's talking about before.
the first
he's talking
round.
about the final 3.
after
He's-
they play
Oh,
trivia and there's
okay.
3 and we vote the
Gotcha,
first person
gotcha,
off,
gotcha,
if we
gotcha.
all, it's very unlikely that this is going to happen
Right.
first of all, but if it does happen, just to be fair, if we all pick 3 different people, then we'll say that Will's person stays on the island and you have to pick one of ours to vote off. Right? That makes it easier.
yeah, sure.
Just to put it do
Right.
the semantics of it. But again, that's probably very unlikely because I think we're usually all on the same page. So,
Exactly.
but
And then,
go with that though.
so the most important part of this, in order to qualify for the sweepstakes, you have to have already been a guest on the podcast. So you have up until probably like
Mid-April.
probably like I'd say, you know, if you're trying to have this be for real, you want to get in before like early April. That way you have a little bit of a campaign yourself and you give yourself the most opportunity to get views on your episode if you don't think
true.
you're going to get voted in by the fans of the show.
Again, this is a very good reason to, even if like you've been on an episode a while back, it's a good reason to promote your episode because if you really want to come on but you don't have a lot of votes, you could still
Exactly. You can steal that
Third spot.
that third spot in the final 4 to then compete in a trivia game if you have the most views on your episode. So you have to have
if-
been on an episode.
What if the 4th spot is just our pick? You know, like if we have someone that we feel like, oh, they should have been picked.
But then there's no trivia.
No, fourth spot is like
instead of the third
person.
most votes. Instead of the third most votes.
Yeah, we picked the person who gets to come on to compete for the trivia.
Ooh, I like that.
So we're putting the third
We're changing
spot.
everything then.
No, we're not.
How are we not changing everything if we do that?
Not really.
The only difference is the fourth person isn't the person with the most like listens.
So there's another person you're saying, or you're saying that
4 people.
No,
so
4
the
people.
top 2 votes, and then the third place voter has to go against our pick. In
Oh,
trivia.
so no more top views or anything like
I
that?
don't like that because we're already picking. We're already picking at the end of the day. So why don't we just let? You know what I'm saying?
I see both sides to this.
I feel like we're already making the final decision. So why do we have to pick Then we're just gonna end up picking that person.
Yeah, but
we're
the top 3 are all people we don't want, and then we're like, oh great, this is what we get to pick from. And then next thing you know, I go,
happen, though.
Guys, I have COVID.
It's all people that
I have COVID. I can't come. You guys go have fun.
It's all people that we invited on the pod. So I feel like there's not going to be really anyone that we don't want to come anyway.
That's true. Yeah. No, that's true.
I don't know. I just feel like we already have the final discretion. So why put if
More into
like if we're bringing that final person on, then like they already have like a clear cut advantage. So that's kind of like fucked up. Like I feel like you have to work for it and then have the advantage, almost.
Rebuttal?
No, I think that's fair.
Okay. So we'll stick with what we got.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. And in order to qualify,
We could always rig the trivia if we.
I kind of assumed we were going to be doing that anyway. Let's just make it clear. This is not fair at all. We already know who's coming.
We're basically like...
It's like the 2020 campaign. The real one.
Yikes.
Not fair.
All right. So in order to qualify, you have to have been on an
Well,
episode.
by the way, are you a liberal? Kidding.
I don't have a...
Kidding.
Jesus.
You don't have a political affiliation,
I
nor does
don't.
Yikers Island. Why might we add?
While we're on the topic, that's a great point that you pick out, Matt. Yikers Island officially does not have a political affiliation or party that we side with more than one or the other.
As long as you're not a liberal. All right, go keep going.
Jesus. In order to qualify to run in the sweepstakes, to finally say, you have to have been on an episode. So if you haven't been on an episode and you want to come on, you got to do it before early April. And secondly, you need to submit a video to us publicly declaring you're running for the Yikers Island Tiki and to want to be on the island and to be voted onto the island, really.
Right.
So in order to do that, start sending your videos in.
And you got to tag us.
Well, they're going to
sending it to us.
Send it to us so that we can post it as well.
If you do put it up on your social media, please tag us though.
Right, if you do.
It would make it a lot easier. We could just repost it.
Exactly. And you need people to vote for you. So like we've said, to kind of reiterate, top 2 people with the most votes then will be considered as immediate finalists in the final 3. Then to get that final and third spot in the final 3, it will be the person with the third most votes and the person with the most cumulative views, streams on their episode. So you had to have a really good episode and one that people wanted to watch, or you promoted it and a lot of people watched if you haven't come on already.
So go make people watch your episode.
Make people watch your episode in order to hit one of those 4 spots. And then from there, the third and fourth will have a trivia game in order to determine who becomes the final 3. And then we do the hosting a segment for 20 minutes, and we will determine who we want to eliminate from that. And then the final 2 will come back on, give us their final pitch on why they should be it, and we will make a decision.
I'll volunteer as tribute to when they come on to do their hosting segment. I'll even volunteer my seat.
Wow. Where are you going to go?
The guest spot. I'll be the guest.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. That'd be cool. Change up, right?
Sure, let them feel like they're in the spotlight. I like that. That's fair.
Instead
Fine
of
with me.
sitting over there in the guest spot and hosting, they sit in the host spot next to you, the producer. We'll pull that up.
I think that's only going to be different for us, though.
Yeah.
They're not-
Well, actually, they'll actually have already been on an episode in order to qualify in the sweepstakes, so they will know what it feels like to be a guest, and then they'll have the host seat. I think that's.
Can we haze them for an episode? Like we just haze them. Like, hey, I don't know.
Well, apart from their 20-minute segments, maybe we like rip into them a bit. You know what I mean? And we'll have like kind of like a critique period after that, because that's only going to be like, say we just do the 20. That's only going to be 60 minutes of that episode. So we could do more by like having a moment of time before the next person comes on where we like maybe hash it out a bit, like we ask them to leave the room, or we do a little
maybe
bit.
we'll have specific questions about the Castaway, like what are you gonna do on this? Like if we do this, like
Right.
we have ideas for the Castaway at this point.
Maybe we save that for the second to last, the final episode.
Right,
I think because like we don't really have much other than we're just gonna like have them back on. So maybe we do a little bit more of that for that episode.
Right.
So if you want to come on, if you're a big fan of the show, you got to be on an episode if you haven't already been. And this is season 2. A great disclaimer: this is season 2 only. So you got to come back on.
31 are on.
31 and
I
up
think it was.
in order to be considered to have been on an episode to then make your video, or you come on an episode that we haven't made yet, and that is your ticket other than submitting a video into the sweepstakes. We want a lot of people competing for this. We want a lot of people to, take joy and have fun in doing this alongside us. And I think it's fun, and it adds like an additional long story arc to the podcast that we get to kind of have fun with and pull back to and reference. And then we actually get to go and do something, which I think is sick.
Yeah.
And it'll be a lot of fun to do.
And might I add, the submission video element, it might go a long way. Like it might play into our
bonus
judgment.
points if your cock's up.
Yeah, definitely big bonus points if you have a good submission. For me, particularly, I don't know if you guys can say the same.
Everything is going to, for me, everything is going to be weighed into my decision at least.
Let's also just throw this in there. At any point, we can veto any of these rules. Not saying we're going to, but I want to put that out there in case we think of something in a month and go, oh yeah, wait a minute. So I'm just going to say it now.
Subject
we
to change.
We can fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you could get fucked real bad on this.
Kevin will be doing all of that. That's Kevin's part of this.
Standard democracy is what he's saying.
Yeah, we could. This could be different tomorrow, but as of right now, this is what it takes. This is the way that it's going to roll out.
Fidel Castro vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh boy,
you guys don't get it because like it's not a Cuban, but right? That was Fidel Castro, Cuba.
Yeah.
Okay, tough crowd. See, if you laugh at my jokes, that's a big plus, by the way.
Yeah, cater to Matt. That'll really get you far. So yeah, there it is. That's what it is. The Yikers Island Castaway Sweepstakes official. Start submitting your videos, and we're gonna eventually get to the voting process once we have some submissions. We'll probably maybe we should do it as 4 come in. Put it up, and then we'll keep those results and kind of like go along the time
every couple days.
See, I thought we had said that we were gonna scrap the periodic thing and just do it in April, like one.
Yeah, well, we got to get your submission video first, so
right.
We'll start with that. Get your submission videos in, and we'll kind of once we gauge how much interest there really is in it, and I mean, like we said, travel and stay will be inclusive to the sweepstakes. We will be paying for that. All you got to do is cover, the food that you're going to eat. And
easy with this travel business, because if you choose to drive yourself, I'm not giving you fucking gas money. That's on you.
But
if
we're
providing
going
travel.
If we're going somewhere where we're carpooling, like you're obviously offered a seat, and you're not going to have to pay for that gas.
We're not
That's what we're
flying
saying.
anywhere.
This is going to be a drive's distance.
I had said on a previous episode, you're welcome if you're across the country or in a different country. You're welcome to qualify, but you have to be local. You have to get local before we go. We're not flying you in or flying you to the to where.
Yeah, one day we'll be making big bucks, hopefully, and. Then
we'll be going.
Okay, we'll pay for you to go to fucking Abu Dhabi. That's okay with me. Until then, get in your fucking Toyota and drive to meet us at Hannaford.
Yeah, okay? So once you get into our relative area, Dutchess, Putnam, Westchester, we'll even say as far as Westchester County, we will get you, and we will get you to our Castaway trip.
We'll figure it out when the time comes.
Other than that, you got to fly here.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.